we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Lucas. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever. But sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
Exactly right about that. But they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
He's going to have the first down and then some. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
On first down, Lucas looking deep for Adams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Maybe that's just an example of the ground game.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast, and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And this is going to be intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. Yeah, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lucas. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Lucas. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. The open man here, Renfrow. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Swift going to try it, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, and a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys like that get on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get it home. The next guy comes through and picks him up. Avoids the turnover.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lucas. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
On 2nd down, Swift. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain. He's starting to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now is a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit, and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Able to find Warner. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. On the option to give to Swift here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise...
And it'll be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
To throw on 2nd down, Lucas. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Dugan. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Texans send the punter out. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense got pressured up top. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
The left side throw complete to Adams. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lucas, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lucas toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he looked down, began his route. Someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from the reception.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Swift. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without
a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Dugan. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
On 1st and 10, Dugan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got him in, complete. A huge play there for Houston. And even 50 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. First down, Lucas. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Lucas. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Well, they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off play action, Lucas. He hits Adams, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Lucas. He'll get this off to Swift. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's complete to Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing on first down. Lucas. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row. First down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. And
he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Swift in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan. And he fires one incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion. Back to the air on 2nd down. Dugan. And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dugan. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
52 plus.
Back to throw. Dugan caught left side by Mechie. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Dugan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incomplete.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. Does the big boy have the juice? The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
On third down, Dugan. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams, 37 yards. And the Raiders have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
To throw on second down, Dugan. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Throwing on third and long. Dugan, he's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. They find some open field here. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position, now facing third down. And that's going to be caught for a Raiders touchdown. Davante Adams, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Off the play fake, Dugan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Dugan. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Bulldozes past him. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. They go play action here on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught inside the 5. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to throw on second down. Dugan airing this one out for Evans. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down.
Okay, ready?
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Dugan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Dugan. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. Operating from the gun, Dugan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Dugan. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dugan. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Let's go now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. 45 yards on the ground for him so far.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Lucas. Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 52 yards. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Lucas. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 1st and 10, Lucas looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though. 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And some room to run now. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll go with the option, coming right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Dugan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And cycle.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. On first down, Dugan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get